I was expecting 100 days honeymoon period, but that didn't happen.
Why? So what do you mean didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen. Our president didn't get the 100 days honeymoon period that is usually given to a new
What do you mean
administration.
by that, sir? Wasn't given the meaning.
The honeymoon period that the president is given the chance to just work, without so much criticisms. Just allow him to work. Wala. Of course, when the president is getting criticized, and so are the alter egos being criticized. I was wounded during those 90 days, and I've got the scars to prove it.
Battle scars.
Yeah, and that's the best thing. That's the best way for anyone to learn is when you fumble and you stumble. And that happened to not only me, but a lot of cabinet members. The architect of our media plan is really the president. Just like the architect of our foreign policy is the president, we follow him. We are a support group. We are flexible to what the president wants and what the president does. We know the written speeches, but we don't know the off the cuff.
So he does have written speeches.
Yeah, of course.
All the time.
Well, not all the time, but for example, the ASEAN
Events.
East Asia meeting, he had a speech prepared by the Foreign Affairs, but it wasn't read, and several others. He likes to go extemporaneous. So it's a style. It's a style, and he knows, and he can carry it, and he can pull it off. Usually, when I'm around, there is a prepared speech.
When you're around in public.
When I'm with the president, no, when I'm with the president, like it's going abroad and
Who
doing.
usually writes his speeches?
There's a team that writes the speech of the president, and as you notice, our president is not also comfortable with the teleprompter. The team that writes the speech, they've been around since. Si Yusek Kitain has been a speechwriter of the president in Davao, and yeah, there are events that he does write. But usually, when we write a speech, di dadaan sa presidente, and then halos kalahati bago na.
Bago talaga yan.
Magbalik. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, we have a president who can speak well and who can write well and has a grasp of history, and he knows what he's doing.
So do you have anyone on guard or on the watch when he's about to make a speech?
No, well, I am.
You watch it?
I watch it, of course, yeah.
Every single speech you watch.
Well, depends if it happens at 3 a.m.
Ayun
Then I watch it at 5 a.m.
So
At 5:30.
The primary person who watches, who monitors his speeches is you.
A lot of us.
A lot.
A lot of us in the communications department.
Okay.
Yeah, there are. Number one would be the transcribers, diba? Number two would be the people in the content department who writes the press releases for the secretary and the spokesperson. And then number three would be the presidential news desk. When the speech happens at about 3 a.m., so when I wake up at 5, and then I see a notification on my Facebook account na may speech, di ba? Just ended, something like that. Live. Yeah, 'cause it's always live, di ba? So and then I just watch it. Yeah.
And so when this is when you decide or you identify the points. Do you do that na itong sinabi niya, this will cause a media
this will go viral.
outrage?
It's what the president mentioned. That's what he said. So you can't change it.
Yeah.
You just go with the flow and wait for reactions. But of course, already in mind that this line will go viral, and most of the time, but all the time, it goes viral.
What are the lines that usually go viral? What lines? I mean, what's your criteria?
Well, for example, the the comment on the 3 million drug addicts who he'd kill. This is my job. I was hired to manage this. And to tell you frankly, what the president said, or what the president says, is what he says. It is what it is. And when there is double meaning, then we clarify, and we always do. She spoke so well, we would then sit down, huddle, and okay, this is what he meant about it, okay. Before we even come up with a clarificatory statement, we talk to enough people. And we talk to the closest person to the president.
On what he meant.
On what he meant. And these are people who are the senior cabinet members. Secretary Sally Dominguez, Jess Dureza, Hermanas Esperon. These are the cabinet members who've been around. Friends of the president, and they were once cabinet officials in the past. Oh, like that's what he does. It tells us, in the cabinet and especially in the private moments and inside the plane, especially those moments na kayo lang. And tells me, don't worry too much, Senor Andanar. You're in good hands. So kami naman, I just do my job to the best of my ability.